Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Kelly, and we're going to have our math and numbers time right now. And today for math, we're going to be talking about a great big huge number. It is the number we've been waiting for. We get to count this high in the month of May. Every month we've added another 10 set of numbers. So now that we're in May, we get to go all the way to 100. 100 has how many tens? You can see it right here. 10 tens are in 100 and no more. 100. 10 tens and 0 ones. 100. And I was thinking about this number that we're going to be talking about, and I remembered that there is a story in the Bible that has the number 100 in it. This story has the number 100 in it. And so I wanted to find that story for you. And I got out my Bible from when I was a little girl. I had this Bible when I was 9 years old. And this Bible on the front has a picture of Jesus and some children. And we read a story about how much Jesus loves the children. And it looks like this might be the story where the little boy shared his fish and his bread with the big group that was there listening to Jesus. And so inside of the Bible, in the book of Luke, there is a story called the parable of the lost sheep. The parable of the lost sheep. Parable is another word for story, and it especially means a story where you learn something from it, a story that teaches us something. So let's read this together. It says, now the tax collectors and other people were all gathering around Jesus to listen to him. But the Pharisees and the teachers of the law were muttering about this. They said, this man, this Jesus, he welcomes all these sinners, these people who do wrong things, and he welcomes them to come and sit with him and eat with him. But Jesus heard what they were saying. So he told them this parable, this story. He said, suppose one of you had 100 sheep and loses just one of them. Does he not leave the ones that are left? So if you have 100 and you take one away, one of the sheep got lost, that would take you back to 99. 99 were left and one was lost, went away. So suppose you have 100 sheep and you lose one of them. Does this shepherd not leave those 99 in the open country and go after that lost sheep until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts that lost sheep on his shoulders and goes home with it. Then he calls his friends and his neighbors together and says, rejoice with me. I have found my lost sheep. Rejoice and be happy with me. I tell you that in the same way, there is more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner, one person who does something wrong, who says they're sorry, than over 99 persons who do not say that they're sorry. So Jesus was telling us that it is more important and more special to him that just at least one person would come to him and say they're sorry and ask to be forgiven than all of these other people, 99, who never say they're sorry, who never come to Jesus, who never apologize for a mistake or something they did. It's most important that you do say you're sorry, that you ask for forgiveness and you try to do better next time. Jesus is there for us. And so this story was telling us that, how important it is to Jesus just to say we're sorry, just to come back to him and ask him to help us to try better next time. And in that story, there were 100 sheep, but only one of them got lost. Will Jesus still go and look for that lost one? Would he still go and wait for us if there was just one of us? who had done something wrong, made a mistake, will he wait for us? Will he still be there for us when we say we're sorry and we ask him to forgive us? Yes, he will be. He'll always be right there waiting for us. So if one of us makes a mistake, Jesus doesn't leave us. He still loves us. He's right there waiting for us to come to him and ask to be forgiven. And we can always ask him to help us to do better. And so that's what that story was teaching us about those 100 sheep. And today in our math, we're going to be counting all the way to 100. Now let's look at our tens cards. So this is how many sets of 10? 1. It's the number 10. 10. 20. How many 10s are in 20? 2, and no extra. 30. How many 10s are in 30? 3. You see it right here. It's a 2-digit number. The first digit is for the 10s, and the second digit is for the 1s. There's no extra ones. 30. What comes after 30? 40. 40. How many sets of 10? 4, and no more. And then comes 50. How many sets of 10? 5, and no more. 60. How many sets of 10? 6, and no more. 70. How many sets of 10? 7, and no more. 80. How many sets of 10? 8, and no more. 90. 9 sets of 10, and no more. Make 90. 90. And then that took us all the way to 100, like the 100 sheep. There are 10 sets of 10 in 100, and no more. And remember how we used to count that with our fingers? In class, we can still do it. We used our fingers like they were 10 sets. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And we see 10 sets. That makes 100. Okay, so today, whenever you do your math, you're going to be looking at your math paper, and it's page 177. And there are all kinds of 10 sets on there. These 10 sets are going to get pretty big in numbers. So let's practice counting with some 10 sets that I have. I'll move my space, give us some more room. Move these guys over. And I made some 10 towers here. So I'm going to let you look down at my desk and count with me how many connecting cubes I have. This is a set of 10. I counted it, and there are 10 cubes there. So I've got 10. See those guys? And I have another set. Now, is that the same size? Yes, they're equal. So that's another 10. Here's another set. So that's the same. So what do I have? 10, 20, 30. What if I add another set? 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, I'm getting a lot of 10s here. I better make some room. Here's another set. Okay, so now what do we have? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I have 5 sets there. So I have 50. Let's see if this set is the same size. It is. So I get to keep counting by 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Wow, I went all the way to 60. Now I have some 1s right here. So I have these 1s. So let's put these guys together and see how many 1s we have. Move these guys over. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 by themselves. I'm going to add these right here. Now let's count. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Can I say 70? That's not 10. That's not 10 more. I can't say 70. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then I count on from 60. I'm going to have to count these as the ones. So 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. That is 64. And let's see if we can write that and make that number on our whiteboard. So if I get my whiteboard out, and I'm going to get out a dry erase marker. And so I can see that I have 10 sets. That's going to be my first number. How many 10 sets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 10s. I'm going to put my 6 on first. 6 10s. And then how many 1s do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So my 1s go right next to my 10s. And I just made the number 64. 64. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 6 10s. 60. 61, 62, 63, 64. Yes, I have 64 there. 6 10s and 4 1s. I just made that number. Okay, and then let's see what else I have with 10 sets. We have our cubes. We'll put those over there. And then last time I had this big bag of markers and I put them in sets of 10. And so do you remember how many markers I had? Well, we can just count by 10s. This is the whole set of 10. I put a rubber band around them to hold them together. 10, 20, 30, and then I have these extra ones. 10, 20, 30. Is this 40 and 50? No, that's not 10 markers right there. That's not 10 markers. These are just ones by themselves. It's just 2 markers right there. So 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 32. Okay, so how would I make that number 32? Let's get our whiteboard out and we'll make that number. So what number are we going to put first? Let's see, we have our 10 sets and then we have our 1s right here. How many 10s do I have? That's the number that goes first. Yes, I have 3. I have 3. Can you see that? 3 10s right there. 3 10s. Right. And then how many 1s did I have here? 1, 2. I had 2 1s, 2 extras. I'm going to put my 2 down. And there's my number, 32, 32. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. I made my number. Now we're going to go even higher. So when I got out my markers, I also found a bag of crayons. And this bag of crayons had a lot of crayons in it. And first I started to count the crayons and I was trying to count them, but then that was getting mixed up because there were so many of them. And then I thought, well, I could just push them away every time I count, like I do these guys. So I don't count them again and again over and over. You just go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That's one way to count when you have lots of objects. But then I thought, it was kind of cool to make those marker sets. So I got out some more rubber bands and I started to put my crayons in sets of 10. I counted 10 crayons and then I put a rubber band around it. And I want to see how many I have now. So now it's really easy to count all these crayons because they're in 10 sets. So there's a set, 10. Get out some more. 20. We can see them up here. 10, 20, 30, you're right. 40, right? And what would this be? 50. Got it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But we keep going. Another one, 60. And then when I was doing this, I started to think, what if I group them by color family? So I started to try to put the crayons in color families. These are kind of like yellowy, orangey colors, like kind of like sun colors. So that's another set. Oh, but where were we at with our numbers? Oh, it's easy. We can just count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay. I put all the greens in that one. That makes 80. What colors are in there? Purple family. 90. An orange family group of 10s. So we had 90. This will make 100. Okay, let's just make sure we're right. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I made 100. 10 sets. Is that what I have? 10 sets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I have 10 sets of 10. And that made my number. Let's see if we can write that number. So the first number we're going to write is how many 10s we have. How many 10 sets do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to write the number 10. I have 10 sets. And how many extra ones do I have? And how many more? Do I have any ones? No. So then I'm going to put 0 for the ones. I just made the number 100. I have 10 sets and no more. 0 ones. I made 100. We did it with crayons. And I think this would be something that you could do at home. You can make your own sets of 10. One of our friends in our class made sets of 10 with something that she had at home. And I'm going to send you that picture to show you how she did it. And I would love for you to do it at home too and send me a picture, and then I could share it with all of our friends. Now, before we go, we'll take another look at our paper here. You're going to be doing the same kind of thing with just counting by 10s and then writing the number. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then you need to count these as ones. Count on from 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. So 6 10s and 4 1s. What was this one? It looks like they're all full. Look at all those 10 sets. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You get to write the big number 100. 10 10 sets and 0 ones. Okay. And then on the back, you're going to be following number order. On the back, you're going to see if you can follow number order. It says, help Isabel follow the path home. Color the numbers from 80 to 100, but color them in order. So she has the correct path to get home. So to do that, you're going to look at the first number that they did for you. They did the 80. They shaded it in. What comes after 80? 30? No. 81? Yes, 80, 81. So you're just going to color in the 81. And sometimes I just like to shade in with my pencil because if I make a mistake, I can erase the pencil. If I used a marker here and it was a mistake, I couldn't erase it. But I can fix it if it's a pencil. So 80, 81. What comes after 81? 72? No. Do I go this way? 82? 80, 81, 82. Yes, 82. So I shade that one in. And then 80, 81, 82, 27. That's not number order. 80, 81, 82. No, let's try going down. 82, 83. Yes, that would come next. 83. So you're just going to be looking for the numbers that are in number order. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. Well, that's going to be easy. You're going to be going this way and then down. So I think you guys can do that. Just help Isabel get all the way back to her house. And what's going to be the last number? 100. All right, have fun with your math today. And if you make any 10 sets at home, try to take a picture and send it to me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.